It's a good day when we can talk about some WWE 2K24. I think they may be teasing some free DLC, which I think is a huge thing here in October. And October 16th, 2024, that was tweeted out today by WWE Games in a little bit of a cryptic tweet, and we're gonna get into what this could possibly be. But before we get to that, make sure you guys use code JustBryan on SeatGeek for $20 off your first purchase. I think it could definitely help you guys out if you guys like sporting events and things like that. SeatGeek is the most reliable. Make sure y'all go use them. Now, to get back into this video, man, oh man, Uncle Howdy, there's obviously a lot going on with the Wyatt Six and everything they're doing, so I am looking forward to seeing what this could possibly mean. It would be dope because a lot of the characters are already in the game, if not all 5 of them are, if we could get, you know, their updated versions. Obviously, Eric Rowan is the only person we're missing. I think he's going to be part of a DLC pack next year, but I do think that now they may be able to give us a whole lot of new stuff. Now, odds of that happening, pretty low. I don't think they would give us the group, you know, for free entirely because it's about 4 or 5 members. The only thing I do got to say about that, though, is, man, it would be dope to see. Now, Uncle Howdy, he has, you know, they may be able to give him a new look in game, which is very possible. I just hope this has nothing to do with MyFaction. I'm hoping that it's just something that they give to the fans as a treat, you know, to get fans on the game, get them to have fun. This was something that we thought was going to happen with Naomi, and obviously it didn't happen. We thought it might have happened with the Authors of Pain because 2K has done it before where they're going ahead and add new characters to the game that were in the game before. So I don't know, I'm kind of thinking it could aim towards that. Now, the other possibility that we do have is Bad Bunny. Now, Bad Bunny, when I say that, it's the pack that came out last year. That's the possibility. We had a $9.99 pack last year that came out with an updated version of Bad Bunny. If they do that with the Wyatt Six, where they give you all the new versions of them, you know, Nikki Cross, you have Dexter Loomis, you have Joe Gacy, you have Uncle Howdy. Again, only person we're realistically missing here is Eric Rowan. I wonder if they charge you $9.99 and just update them all. Again, it's not obviously like the viable option here. Would I spend the $10? I probably would for content, but it's not something that I will tell you guys go and spend it. You know, like, I feel like you got to be a big fan to go out and spend it. I didn't buy Bad Bunny last year because I just thought that it was wrong to charge $9.99 for an attire fix that I can go on ahead and get in community creations. Shout out What's the Status or any of the other creators out there, Witty, you know what I'm saying? They do stuff like that, and you can save yourself a whole lot of money with the MyFaction persona cards. So the only thing that worries me about this is that we're gonna go on ahead and get into a MyFaction persona card live event. I hope that that's not the case. That would be actually upsetting. I really don't want that to be the case. That's something that, you know, I don't want it. You know, I want to see something more than, you know, WWE, than MyFaction and things like that. I want the fans to be able to enjoy something without having to spend money, you know, to try and get a card or anything like that. I'm not off the MyFaction boat, but I do think that some of the stuff they doing can chill a little bit. Not everything has to be, oh, get this card, and, you know, because at the end of the day, you're still gambling, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's fun content, but you're still gambling to receive that content. And I think that's one of my biggest issues when it comes down to it. So I'm really, really hoping that WWE 2K24 adds something intriguing. A lot of people are taking a lot of guesses. A new name entry was added for Uncle Howdy in WWE 2K24. This was tweeted out by What's the Status, and I do think that this is huge. Now, could this mean that this is another persona card? Most likely, and I think that that's probably part of the issue. But then he also went ahead and tweeted Little Brother, which could also be, you know, something of Uncle Howdy, obviously. You know what I'm saying? So, but that says October 14th to November 3rd, and those are the MyFaction live events for the month, which gives me hope because October 14th is not October 16th, and I think that those two dates would mesh, whether it was a live event or whatever the case was. So I think that right now we have to stay patient. We have to wait and see what 2K has in store for us because, yeah, man, I do think that it's very possible that we can get some free DLC here. I think they're teasing it. I don't think that they would make a whole tweet to, you know, talk about MyFaction content like that in that, you know, form, because we've seen MyFaction content drop. We've seen Scott Steiner drop. They just dropped a screenshot. Keep it moving about their day. They are giving us something to be hyped about, anticipate for, talk about. So we have to talk about it. You know what I'm saying? I'm super excited to see what happens. Now, just to get into it, man, a lot of things are a little bit, you know, broken, as we all know. Are they going to fix that? we don't know. I think that at this point, y'all, it's time that we just call it, leave it alone. A lot of people are getting really upset about servers and things like that. I just don't think it's gonna happen. I just don't. I did make a video and we talked about just superstars that may not be in 2K25. Let me know down below if you know a superstar that's not going to be in 2K25, because we're going to have a couple of those videos in the series throughout the year. But yeah, man, I definitely want to go on ahead and talk about it. Patch, is it possible we get a new one? I don't know. WCW pack is coming out in November. Oh man, this has been such a crazy cycle. I feel like this life cycle of WWE 2K24 has died out so incredibly fast compared to the past years. I want to get some developers in here for you guys, you know, talk about the game, see what we can do, pick their brain, give them suggestions, give them ideas. Trust me, I'm working on that on the back end, man. But right now, WWE 2K24, woo! Man, oh man, let me know down below, y'all, who y'all think this could be. Are we getting the full Wyatt Six updated? Are we getting Uncle Howdy updated? There's so much that they can do here, and especially if they're teasing it, this got to be big. I think that it would be really disappointing if 2K went out their way to tweet something like that, get the people hype, get the people to anticipate, and not follow through on it. I think that would be a big mistake. I know we were saying earlier in the video that we don't want it to be. I'm hoping that it's a DLC thing though. I'm hoping that it's not MyFaction, because we can't really see MyFaction stuff, especially with the dates as I've stated earlier. October 14th to November 3rd. It really wouldn't make sense if they're teasing October 16th. That's the date that they're teasing. They're not teasing 2-3 weeks difference and things like that. So I am hoping that there is a difference when it comes down to a MyFaction event and maybe some DLC that they add. We only know that Uncle Howdy was, you know, put in as a new name in the database. We don't know anybody else, but again, we're still about 2 weeks away from this situation unraveling and us really knowing more details about it. So I am hoping that that is the case and we do get, you know, Uncle Howdy, Nikki Cross, all of them together. So I don't know, man. There's a lot that we need to talk about with WWE 2K24 when it comes down to this. There's going to be a lot of anticipation coming up to this, and I think it's going to be a lot of hype. So I don't know, man. We'll see what happens. And one thing that I got to mention to you guys before we get out of here is the new locker code, Beastly 2K24. Make sure you guys do not redeem that code just yet, because the community manager went ahead and acknowledged that it is not working as intended. It's supposed to give you 2 Beastly packs, but right now it's not giving you anything, and those who have entered it already unfortunately have not gotten anything. So it might be fixed by the time you guys are watching this video, but for right now, make sure that you guys do check if that is working or not before we go on ahead and use that locker code, as you may be able to pull some fire out of it. It is 2 decent, you know, things, but come on 2K, we got to go on ahead and fix that. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe if you guys did enjoy this video, and yeah, man, let me know down below what you gonna think it is. I'm gonna catch y'all. Peace.